Hello there. Feel free to browse.
I'm looking for a little information. Maybe you could help me.
If it's information regarding my merchandise, I'm a fountain of knowledge. If it's in regards to anything else, I'm afraid I have little to offer.
Bye.
Later.
It's become almost impossible to go through the underworks without bumping into one of those monsters.
Yeah, the guards aren't working overtime to get rid of them either. Almost got caught by a school of jellyfish.
My boy, I have a favor to ask you. I've lost something.
What'd you lose?
I mentioned one thing. Oh, I am sorry. In fact, it's about a friend. Charles? You remember Charles? No, you can't remember him. Silly me, you never met him. Anyway, Charles is a friend. A scientist co-worker. He was way more successful than I must say. So, he's a friend, and I lost him. It looks like he disappeared, and I am a bit worried. I know that he was doing some sensitive research. Important. Maybe he ran into problems because of that. Anyhow, it's hard to tell.
How do you want me to find him?
He has an assistant. Very nice. She used to make delicious pastries. Unless I'm mixing her up with someone else. Anyway, he had an assistant. I'm pretty sure of it.
I'll go find her. She must know what happened to him, and if she does, it'll turn out the professor is just at a conference somewhere.
Maybe. It's true I don't get invited to conferences as often as I used to. It's rather unfair. I used to love the cocktails they serve.
I have a sample of a drug that was administered to the soldiers. We absolutely need an antidote. Can you do that?
Of course. You know, you could have probably made it yourself. If you would listen to the science lessons I was trying to teach you. Oh well, you preferred to throw lightning bolts. I remember that time.
Scott, here's the sample. Can I get an antidote?
You think that I'm senile? You'll see. Give me some time. Take this. It wasn't that complicated. I made you one dose, and I wrote down the formula on it. They'll be on their own for making others.
Thank you, Scott. Hey there, I'm looking for Charles Seeker. You know where I could find him?
And you are?
Zachariah Mancer. Professor and I have a mutual friend who's worried about him.
I know the feeling. Haven't seen him for days. I'm Veronica Seeker, the professor's assistant. I got a message informing me he had taken an impromptu vacation, but it's not like him. He didn't even like to sleep, said it just wasted time. Even more unlikely in the middle of the research he was doing.
Yeah, seems a bit off, doesn't it? Professor was supposed to start some research with a friend of mine as well. I'm sure he'd already started work on it before leaving. You know anything about it?
Of course. I was involved with the professor's research, though I shouldn't discuss it with anyone without his consent. But with that last name, Mancer, I suppose this Technomancy research is of particular interest to you. Otherwise, most people barely bat an eye towards the scientific aspects of Technomancer powers.
If you're concerned that the message wasn't really from the professor, did you report his disappearance?
To the authorities? Of course not. The authorities, Mr. Mancer, have far more pertinent issues than this, which I'm sure will work itself out in time. Now, if you'll excuse me.
It's a damn shame. I have to admit, I would have loved to meet the man myself. Heard so many great things. Even read his work in genetics regarding the origins of the Primo-Celpia Earth things with abundance. Brilliant man.
And the truth is, he would have been just as interested in meeting you. Technomancers fascinated him, though I'm fairly certain he'd never met one who had ever read his publications. I'm afraid the professor's vocal railings against the ASC and their ceaseless power grabs might have finally come back to bite him. He would even preach to his colleagues and the listeners at conferences. I would give anything to be wrong, of course, but hope is oftentimes incongruous with reality we must come to face.
That's one good-looking woman. Too bad she's only got eyes for a professor.
You seem so sad. Lieutenant, why are we investigating the professor's disappearance? The captain never discussed it. It's not our order.
I've been working on something that'll help us in the long run. Something really important. I don't know how it's connected to this, but it is. You're gonna have to trust me.
Oh, I get it. You just want to solve the case on your own. I got your back, Lieutenant.
Hey, you! Please! Please stop! I need your help! Please!
You just one of them Technomancers, ain't ya? Heard about you? One of them fancy officers supposed to be our protectors.
We do what we can.
Then maybe you the man I should ask for help. You see, I got a daughter. Prettiest thing you ever seen. So sweet and kind and everything a mom would ever want in a baby girl. Kind of daughter makes you just bubble with pride. But she's gone now. Just disappeared. And I know you ain't know her, but I promise she ain't the kind of girl who'd just leave her mama without no word. It's them Vori done took her. I know it. Took her and forcing her to do heaven knows what. Horrible things I can't imagine. You gotta help. You've got to help her, Mr. Mancer.
I'll do my best. What's her name?
Sarah. Her name is Sarah. Thank you so much, sir. I can't say how good it is for you to help a woman like me. Thank you, sir. Thank you for my baby girl and me.
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off! Come on, get off! Ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
Mr. Mancer, the sight of your face has started to give me agita. To what do I owe the displeasure this time?
I'm looking for a caravan of merchants. They were supposed to be in the exchange. Word is they were escorted to the slums, and you may know something about it.
Yeah, rude little men. My town, my streets. Uninvited competition who lack even the common decency to offer a little token of grace in exchange for their presence. If you're ready to settle their debts, I'd be happy to usher them back home.
These merchants were involved in some outside business that requires interrogation as soon as possible. You can either help me find them, or we can always turn our attention towards your business affairs. Your call, Anton.
I hear your threat, Mancer, but well, serum is serum. And I'd rather deal with you than swallow the debt those outcasts owe me. It's just business. Pay their debt, and I'll help. Don't, and I'm happy to just show you the door.
Very well. If that's the price of their freedom, here it is.
I love it when a deal comes together. How about you free them yourself? Sure, they'd love to meet and thank their most generous benefactor in person. You just have to go to my warehouse. Say, "He who profits deserves honor," to the guards at the entrance, and they will give you the keys. I wish you a good reunion with your friend, Mr. Roguemancer. Goodbye.
I'm looking for a prostitute named Sarah.
And you wouldn't be the only one. She was quite the popular menu item for the boys at the barracks, until she disappeared. Like a puff of once lucrative smoke. You catch wind of her, you'll let me know. I'd be much obliged. Wish I could give you a bearing, but the truth of the matter is, the doll simply disappeared, along with a potential profit I'm not happy to have seen go with her, but would pay to see returned, with or without some added bruising as a lesson in running off.
I gotta go.
Then go.
Anton Rogue sent me. I need the keys to the building.
Oh, yeah? And I'm the Dowser. What, I'm just supposed to believe you? Well, you got the password, so here's the key.
Thanks.
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man. Who are you? You don't look like a guard to me.
Cause I'm not. Name's Zachariah Mancer, lieutenant in Ophir. If you're the merchant who got himself kidnapped from the exchange, I'm here to get you out.
I am indeed. Fiorello, master of the caravan. The shadow still protects me. But I doubt you came to help us out of the generosity of spirit. Am I correct in that presumption?
Ian Mancer, great master of the Technomancers, sent me to talk to you.
Ah, I see. Yes. One of my favorite clients. And a man with whom I, indeed, have some information to share. Aurora has discovered a new site, not far from the Shadow Path. A site filled with objects of incredible condition, and even a relic, as rumor has it.
News I'm sure the great master will be glad to hear. You should go now. Get back on the exchange as quick as you can.
I'm not one to dally, Mancer. I'll see you around, I'm sure.
Make the slightest move, you're a
How?
dead man.
Why? I'm still shaking.
It must have been Aurora. How many dead?
Saying who paid.
Warriors, cowards. They dare not confront our army face to face. Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
Explosion. How? Why? I'm still shaking.
It must have been his Aurora bastards.
So you find my girl yet?
Popular young girl you got there. Word is the mob's looking for her too, but she slipped away. Maybe one of her regular clients could help.
Oh, well, let me think. There was one fella was deep into my Sarah, if you catch my drift. Spent all his serum, time, attention on my baby girl. John Labor, I believe. Fella from the slums. But if you're gonna find him there, you have to go at day's end. During daylight, the boy works round them military warehouses with the rovers.
way I'm gonna find the girl's client at this hour. Probably working. I'll just come back later tonight.